There's a question that comes up in almost every conversation about weddings, but the thing is, no one answers it honestly. What really makes a wedding feel luxurious? Is it the venue? Is it the budget? Or is it the flowers? Because I've been at weddings that are incredibly expensive, but they don't feel right. I've been at much simpler weddings, and it's an absolutely unforgettable evening. So what is it really that creates the difference? Welcome to the Said Yes podcast, where we don't just talk about beautiful weddings, we talk about weddings that are designed to feel right.
She said yes.
Said yes.
And today we're going to talk about something that can completely change yours. The real difference between a luxury wedding and a normal one. Not in price, but in experience. There's a misconception that shows up everywhere. Not just on Pinterest, in social media, or in family conversation. People assume that luxury is spending more, but it's actually not about how much you spend, it's about how intentionally that money is being spent. You can invest in a very large budget for your wedding, but sometimes it can still feel disorganized, overwhelming, or even impersonal. I've seen some weddings with a stunning floral installation, but the thing is, it was placed in a way that blocked the guest's view and almost made the guest feel uncomfortable. And sometimes you have these beautiful venues, but there's no atmosphere, there's no music, and there's no emotional energy in the space. There's high-end catering, but there's guests waiting in these long lines to get their food, and they're confused about where to go. And in those moments, you realize something important. Expensive doesn't automatically feel luxurious. Sometimes it just feels like expensive chaos. Luxury isn't about how much you spend, it's about how well it's thought out. The real differences between a luxury wedding and a normal one are rarely the obvious ones. It's not just about bigger flowers or fancier tables, it's about how the entire experience is built. In many traditional weddings, the structure tends to be familiar. The same timelines, the same order of events, and the same decisions repeated over and over again. A luxury wedding isn't defined by what it has, but by what isn't repeated. Another big difference is this. In a normal wedding, everything works. In a luxury wedding, everything feels. Food isn't served, it becomes a moment. Music isn't played, it builds energy. Decoration isn't just placed, it shapes the atmosphere. That emotional layer, that's what transforms an event into an experience. One of the biggest shifts in perspective happens when you realize what people are actually paying for in luxury, because most of it is invisible. Guests don't see the phone calls, the coordination, and the timelines that are all happening behind the scenes, but they feel the result of it. They feel it in the service, when they never have to ask for water, when they never need to look for someone, they never feel ignored. And now that is impeccable service. And they feel it in the curation. Every element seems to belong there and nothing feels random or excessive either. True luxury is when everything happens without you even having to think about it. This is also why some very expensive weddings don't feel luxurious, because they only focus on what's visible. Huge budgets are spent on decor rather than curating the guest experience. Or incredible vendors are hired, but there's no creative direction connecting their work together. It's like having amazing musicians, but no one conducting the orchestra. And then there's another very common mistake, trying to do everything. Too many ideas, too many trends, and too many styles being mixed under one roof. And instead of feeling impressive, it starts to feel a little confusing. When a wedding tries to do everything, it stops doing anything well. At the end of the day, a luxury wedding is not a financial category. It's actually just a mindset. It's clarity about what matters. It's intention about every decision. And the most important part is this. You do not need the highest budget in the room to create a premium experience. Now let me tell you what you really need. You need better decisions. Because what the guests remember is not the price of your centerpieces. They remember how easy the night felt, how taken care of they were, and how natural everything flowed. If this episode changed the way that you see luxury, then it's already changed the way that you'll plan your wedding. And that is where the real value is. And I'll see you on the next episode of the Said Yes podcast.